What is going on, Multiversers? Welcome back to the channel. It is spoiler season. It is data mine season once again. So in this entire video, we're going to be going over spoilers for upcoming content. So for those of you that do not want to be spoiled for future content, I always respect that. So I will give you your fair warning. Spoilers are inbound. So, you got your chance to click off the video. So goodbye. Maybe watch another one if you want to. But we are entering the spoiler room brawl in 3, 2, 1. Let's begin with Samurai Jack. Ooh, baby, I'm excited about this one. There's a lot here, so let's just get to it and stop rambling, right? Up first, Susie tells us that it seems like Samurai Jack could be dropping alongside Season 2 because the first rift in Season 2 is based off of Samurai Jack. How are you going to have a rift based off of a character that's not in the game yet? Kind of crazy, isn't it? I mean, I guess we kind of had... Well, I mean, the whole rift wasn't really based around Dexter, was it? It was just kind of the boss... Well, maybe, I don't know. Either way, Samurai Jack should be coming during Season 2 because there's a rift for him. And my speculation here, this is me speculating, I believe Samurai Jack is going to be a part of the Battle Pass, part of the Premium Battle Pass, much like Jason was during Season 1. So that's me guessing. If it happens, well, you're going to have to buy the Battle Pass then. But down there at the bottom, we also see around August 20th, there's going to be an Afterlife event, and Samurai Jack has a skin for that event, which might end up being the reward for that event. It's not a part of the rifts. No, that's a different thing, but its own reward. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes, but, be challenges for the event, and then ultimately your main reward is going to be an Afterlife event skin for Samurai Jack. Cool. And then speaking of another skin, we just mentioned the Afterlife one, but Lysol tells us there's another one called the Righteous Warrior Samurai Jack skin. So Samurai Jack, they're kind of loading him up with a couple alternate costumes, which, big thumbs up. I like it. Now let's move over to Samurai Jack's unique perks, and we got 3 of them to discuss. So the first one, Meditate on Defeat, which, as you can see, instead of Jack's focus being reset when he is knocked out, his focus will actually increase. And for those of you that are asking what is his focus, think of it as Cloud's limit break meter from Smash Bros. If you've played Cloud, or at least played against him, or at least kind of understand that, Samurai Jack's gonna have a meter that builds up when he does damage. Maybe even when he takes some damage, he builds up meter, but this focus meter will increase. So when you get knocked out, you don't lose it. You don't lose that focus meter. In fact, it gets increased. So this might be a pretty big perk for Samurai Jack players. And then his other 2 perks, Focus / holding the special input while performing Jack's down special will add more sword slashes to the attack. Slashes also deal weakened debuff. That's cool, I like that. But extending the attack gradually consumes Jack's focus meter. So I like that. And then the counter perk, when Jack's ground neutral special counter is activated, he will do an armored dash towards the enemy that activated his counter. However, he will not fire a projectile. Okay, interesting. But if his focus meter is full, Jack will then teleport to the enemy. So he does a dash forwards, but I think instead of doing the dash forwards, if the meter's full, that's when he teleports. So kind of 2 different versions of this, depending on your focus meters, how full it is. So that's kind of cool. I really want to play around with that perk. Now, how about another character, Marceline? So we now have confirmation that C031 is in fact Marceline. We had some information about C031 in the past, but we weren't able to put a name with the code name in the file. So as you can see, C031 has something like a rhythm buff attack like Garnet does. It makes their attacks have more knockback and damage and can be stacked. And then, there's some other things in there. The interesting one is there was something called C031 and then C031B, which made some speculation pop up. Maybe there's an Echo fighter of this character. Maybe there's a different form of this character. And, well, it turns out there's going to be another form for Marceline because Marceline's fighter in Multiversus is going to contain her bat form, and she should have different specials while in bat form. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if she can just transform into the bat, if that's a move itself whenever she wants to, or maybe she has to reach a certain amount of damage and she automatically transforms into the bat form. I'm not sure, but you know, it's kind of cool. Marceline will have her, well, human form, I guess, and then her bat form, so kind of cool. Sounds like a pretty interesting character. And next up, another character, Beetle Juice. This is gonna make my video on Saturday kind of weird, but you'll see on Saturday. But either way, Beetle Juice apparently is going to be earnable through Rift modes. The exact same thing as Agent Smith during season 1. So this should be an ongoing theme for Multiversus every season. Beat rifts, beat bosses in those rifts, and eventually you will earn a character earlier than their actual release date. I like it. You just play the game, beat bosses, and you get a character for free. Sure, it might be grindy. Hopefully the devs can make that process feel less grindy, so it's cool. I don't mind it taking some time, you know, to get through the season to get the character, but, you know, leveling up them gem powers, yeah, it's a bit of a struggle at times. Now, how about a little bit of a surprise here? Any OG people that have been around Multiverses might remember Gandalf, who was originally leaked, had a character model, had a moveset and everything. Well, they had to put him on the back burner because apparently they lost the licensing to Gandalf. But check out this update. There are files in the new update that appear to be for Gandalf and the Hulk. I'll get to the Hulk in a second. But they are labeled Z001V2 and Z003. These could be from the beta, as it was speculated Hulk was created in an early demo state of the game. So before Multiversus was a WB game, Player First Games was shopping around the idea to other companies, and Hulk being a part of it, they were trying to pitch it to Disney. Well, that's how the story goes, at least. And well, as we know, Disney didn't pick up this idea, so Hulk was a character that was made, but Hulk wasn't made for Multiverses. Hulk was going to be made for a Disney version of the game, but again, Disney apparently turned this idea down, so that's why there's remnants of Hulk, you know, files in the game. So don't get your hopes up that Hulk's coming to the game, because it's not. In fact, in that code that you see, the Z001V2, that's very important, because the Z003 for Hulk doesn't have the V2 at the end of the tag, because it is worth noting Gandalf has the V2 at the end, because every other character that was remade from the pre-beta, characters like Batman, Bugs, Wonder Woman, they all have the V2 at the end of their code. So Gandalf having this gives him more evidence that he might be coming as a playable character. I don't know how soon or if that's even still possible, but it is interesting to note that he does share some similarities in the files with characters that are, in fact, playable. So now let's move over to a stage. Can't show the images because that's, that's a no-no. So here's the actual stage it's going to be based off of, most likely. So Lysol tells us there's a Multiversus work in progress map, M026 version 1 and version 2, but essentially it's going to look like this. Does anybody recognize this image or know where it's from? Well, if you don't, apparently it's from a show. I didn't recognize it, so I'm not really sure. But apparently it's from a show called Over the Garden Wall. And it's going to be a little steamboat. I don't know if it just kind of, the steamboat just kind of moves and then terrain kind of changes throughout the battle. I'm not sure, but you fight on a steamboat. That the wheel, the cog over on the side of the steamboat, apparently that can fall off, I think. So maybe the boat takes enough damage. I know nothing about Over the Garden Wall, so I'm just going to say, hey, this could be a map coming to the game because, well, it's a work in progress map in the files. Now, in a somewhat crazy twist, Multiversus is adding new emojis. Okay, that's not the crazy twist, but the emojis and what they're based off of are what's going to be crazy. So again, can't show the images, but here's what the new emojis are based off of. These memes. Multiversus is actually going to do this. Oh, man. People are going to buy this. These are going to be all over the place in the game. I'm kind of for it. Like, go for it. But I'm just picturing this in game. Everyone using this. Multiversus devs. I love when devs just have fun with stuff like this. So we'll have to see how this goes. The blonde and the brunette, the two ladies over on the left. Apparently the emoji is going to have Wonder Woman and Harley, just so you can visualize that instead. But it's going to be this is going to be so fun. I can't wait to see this. Now for some taunts. Couple for Banana Guard up at the top. We got peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter. Yeah, Banana Guard's going to be doing that dance. So there's a new taunt for Banana Guard. Cool. Do anybody even still play Banana Guard? Like, what happened? Everyone's like, nerf is side special. Then it got nerfed. And then everyone's like, I forgot he was even in the game. Okay, sure. I still play him from time to time, so I'll pick up that as a taunt. And then the second one, Mama Said taunt, is also for Banana Guard. He's just gonna do like a little hip shake, and then he like waves his hands back and forth in the air, so it's kind of cool. Another one for him. And then down there at the bottom, Share the Love taunt is for Steven Universe. Takes both of his hands, puts them over his mouth, and just kind of blows a kiss. Pretty simple. I play Steven, so I'll probably pick up that taunt, so cool. How about some random dialogue? Sure, why not? Here goes. Agent Smith apparently has enemy dialogue with Samurai Jack, Beetle Juice, and Aquaman? Is Aquaman coming in season 2 as well? Can't really confirm that, but Agent Smith having enemy dialogue with Samurai Jack, Beetle Juice, and Aquaman's gonna be hilarious. I cannot wait. Agent Smith releases next week. Let's go. Who else is as far as you can be in the Rift mode currently? Let me know. Here's another one that was a little surprising, to say the least, but Foghorn Leghorn is getting his own announcer pack in Multiverses. So some people will have the question, wait, if you get an announcer pack, that means you got to be a playable character, right? Well, no, pump the brakes a little bit. There are announcer packs of characters that are not playable in the game. We have Bimo and Lady Rainicorn as announcer packs, so don't confuse it. Foghorn Leghorn is not a character. They're just adding him as an announcer pack. Should still be pretty funny. I don't, 100 Gleamium, 300 Gleamium, whatever it costs. I'll pick it up because I want to see. His announcer. I want to hear his announcer pack. I think it's gonna be gold. And finally, in a similar vein to the Matrix Code skins, you know how many characters? Do all characters have a Matrix Code skin? I don't know. I'd have to go through the game. But in a similar vein to that, apparently a shader for Galaxy skins exists in the Multiversus files, so that'll look kind of cool. I'm imagining it's gonna be animated, right? You just get the stars and the galaxy kind of go. That's gonna look pretty cool on quite a few characters with like Superman, Batman. This might look really cool. I don't know if this is for every character, but it at least exists in the files, so I'll be curious to see when this comes out and for who and which characters end up getting this. That is it for this one. Hope you all enjoyed, and I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.